The best 4-2-3-1 custom tactics and instructions for those sweaty FIFA 20 Team of the Season weekend leagues. Make sure to ring the bell to get all the latest content, and let's do it, peeps. Welcome back to another video, everyone. As always, my name is Brabsy. If you'd like to follow me on Twitch, you can do at BrabbsyTV. If you've got any questions at any point, feel free to drop me a message on my social media channels. Let's crack on into this formation then. So as always, start with whichever one gives you the most chemistry going into the game, and instead you want to go into custom tactics and then hit the L2 button, which will bring up a few different options that you can change. So here's the 4-1-2-1-2 from last week's video. Coupling that nicely, I think the 4-2-3-1 is just the perfect opposite of that formation, so I can quickly switch to that one with just one click of a button. So that is why I've put them there. You can put them wherever you want. Let's go. So into the tactics then, people. Normally I would tell you to leave this one on balanced for this formation. However, since the latest patches, pressure on heavy touch is actually a really powerful defensive style to use. It's essentially like playing on balance. The only difference is when your opponent takes a heavy touch or the ball goes loose, the AI, as in the computer, will automatically press them and win the ball back for you. So it's a no-brainer really. You may as well use that while it is working. In terms of the width of this formation, I prefer my left and right back to be quite compact and narrow with my centre back, so there's no gaps in between. So I find 4 width just the perfect balance on the defensive side. In terms of the depth, this one is what you can change depending how you like to play. If you want to win the ball back further up the pitch, you can ramp this one up absolutely fine. The only difference is I play with quite an attacking play style, so I prefer to make sure that I'm not going to get hit on any counter attacks. So for me, 4 and 4 is just the perfect balance, but tinker with that to your own liking. Now, offensive style, far and out, leave this on balance because you don't want to be affecting your players' movement and the runs off the ball in any way on this formation. It's just so well structured, there's no need to change it. Less is more, as they say sometimes. In terms of width, if you like your wingers to be quite wide, I'd say bump it up to 6. I prefer my wingers to be wide but still offering support to my central players, so 4 just fits my playstyle perfectly, but I'd say anywhere in between those two markers is absolutely fine for width. Players in the box, I think 5 is perfect for this formation. If you go too far back, you tend to find your players aren't making risky enough runs, and if you go too far forward, your players go a little bit gung-ho and leave you exposed. So 4 and 5 is just spot on for this. And as always, corners and free kicks, don't leave yourself open to a counter attack, leave these on 1. So with forwards, normally I like to go stay central and get in behind. However, with the recent patches and the way the game is playing at the moment, leave this on balanced for both of these. It means your player will come short to have the ball to feet. They will make runs in behind if that opportunity is on, and they will also veer to the left and the right to help out the wingers and allow that central attacking midfielder in behind. So it's important that you give your striker the freedom to be able to move and come back on defense so that they're not getting isolated up top in the middle of the field. Now for the central attacking midfielder, in earlier variations of this formation, it was useful to have them on stay forward. However, now the way this formation plays and the stage we're at in the game, it's really important that they also come back and are free to pick the ball up from the CDM. So I find basic defense support works a little better with these. Balanced crossing runs for the support on crosses, just so you're not crowding the penalty area too early. And free roam is really important for their positioning freedom, just so they've got a bit of freedom of movement, so they're not staying central all the time. Normal interceptions on the defensive side of things. Now for the left and the right attacking midfielder, remember what I said, less is more with this formation. So basic defensive support, get into the box for cross, just so it encourages them to make those runs forward in behind when the opportunity is available. Stick to position on their positioning freedom, just so they're always offering that wide option, and normal interceptions on their defensive side. That goes for both of the 2 wide attacking midfielders. Now your central defensive midfielders, this is really where we get the most important instructions put into place. So what you want is a CDM that's always going to be staying back on the halfway line in front of the defense, sweeping up any counterattacks and any loose balls. So think of a tough tackler that you've got in a team, a really defensive minded player, and have these on cut passing lanes, stay back while attacking, normal interceptions, and cover center. The thing I find is if you have these on aggressive interceptions, they get tired really quickly, whereas cut passing lanes means that they are already going to be positioning themselves in good areas to intercept the ball. So this is the tactic you want to put on whichever CDM is the more defensive minded of the two. Now your other CDM wants to be the one who's a bit more comfortable in playing forwards and passing the ball as well. So they will be on the same instructions, the only difference is attacking support you will leave unbalanced, and what that does is they will also move up the pitch with your attacking players to offer them a backwards pass if you want to recycle the play, which is important in this formation. However, they won't always go gung-ho, they'll never go beyond your striker, they'll just be there offering that backwards pass, so they'll still do their defensive duties as and when you need them to. As always, cover centre is very important for their defensive position, and have the other two set up just like you do with the other CDM. Finally, for your left and your right back, I have them on stay back while attacking as their default stance while you're going on to attack, so you're always going to have a back four plus one CDM staying back when you go on the attacks. The only thing I change is the run type into overlap, just in case you do want to hit that L1 button to trigger a run forward. It means they're always going to go on the outside on the touchline to give you that wide option should you need to use it. And as always for the centre backs, don't change anything there. And for the goalkeeper, I just give them the more aggressive options, comes for crosses and sweeper keeper. And that concludes your player instructions. Let me show you just how effective this is in game. So then, regardless of what formation your opponent is playing, or indeed what players they are using, this formation really is the all-rounder to suit any particular style of play. You can play out from the back due to the sheer level of passing options you will have, and you can dictate the pace of the game to your own desire. Notice here in this situation we're playing it out from the back and our players are moving forwards with us so that we've never got any player stranded and we can work the right space to shoot. Due to the balanced instructions, our left attacking mid has come narrow, whilst our cam uses the free roam to do a decoy run in behind and part the defence, while our striker can finish the opportunity. Meanwhile, in this situation, our central attacking mid and striker both come to the same wing we're playing on to give us passing options rather than just staying central, and this is how we worked our third goal. Having your CDM on balanced attack, as you can see here, means that when the opportunity arises, they will also help out in the attacking third. In this situation, it gave us some great passing triangles, which led to a fourth goal, quite literally putting the game to bed. See ya! So now that you know the basics, when you next come up against a pretentious team name like Beast FC, you know your CDM and back four will remain in place so that you can block a counter-attack. Meanwhile, you can build up the play however you see fit, depending how your opponent sets themselves out. A key tip for getting more goals in this formation is spreading the ball out wide to part your opponent's defence. Meanwhile, your players will use the space that has created to tear them apart. Looks like the beast has been tamed. See ya! So then folks, you've now got the basics of this formation. It's really versatile to adapt to however you want to play the game. Even if your opponent doesn't quit, I'm confident you're going to have that much fun, they'll wish they had. But wait, it's team of the season, you need a goal. Surely Brabbsy still doesn't use the golden icon.
A chip ball. A chip ball.
All the best for the weekend league, guys and girls. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And until next time, see ya!